Next we do Bobby, Hank and Peggy's son, and my personal favorite character. Not so much to draw, but just he's a great character. So we start with step 1, same as always, just with the other ones. We're going to have Bobby just kind of standing there. Now Bobby's 12, but he's 13 now. But he's very short, he has short legs. He's also a little on the chubby side. So we had to draw his arms kind of splaying out wide to accommodate for his stomach later on. Very round little head, sits right on top of his body. And there's step 1. Now step 2, construction. Again, Bobby's a little on the wide side, so his torso is like 2 eggs kind of sitting on top of each other, perpendicularly to each other. We indicate his pelvis. He has these tiny little legs that just kind of stick down. Just 2 little cylinders. Bobby also wears shorts, so we do indicate the shape of his legs. He wears little red kind of Converse style shoes. Thin little arms. Bobby's not very athletic, unlike Hank. Indicate the collar of his shirt. That's it. Step 2. Step 3, detail. Bobby actually doesn't have a lot of details. It's why he's kind of fun to draw. He just wears a t-shirt, which he does not tuck in, so we don't have to deal with the little fold lines like with Hank and Peggy. It's just a curved line right across the bottom. We sharpen up his arms a little bit. And he wears short pants. His pants come right about at his knee. You don't actually see Bobby's knee much. In fact, you see very little of Bobby's leg, because he also wears socks that come right around there. So you just see a very small sliver of Bobby's actual leg. And you'll see more depending on whether he's sitting or what have you. Then we start adding detail to the shoes. And just little red and white sneakers. Little shoelaces there. Little white caps, shoelaces. Sloping, kind of slumping shoulders. Fairly narrow. Put his little fingers in there. Bobby doesn't wear a watch or anything, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we start working on his head. His hairline is just kind of a curved shape. Bobby he has sort of a crew cut, so we don't spend too much time on his hair. Put in his nose line, his mouth line. Sharpen up his collar a little bit. Like I said, Bobby has a very round head, so we just sort of darken the shape of his head. His neck curves in. Now the side of his head. He has sort of a brow that sort of juts out, and a round, kind of pudgy cheek. Then there it meets his neck, and that's where the chin goes. And his chin is very simply shaped, just a little curved shape. Indicate his ear. Very simple ears on the show. He has just a little bit of hairline you see behind his ear. Just a straight line. Now following the construction line we put down for Bobby's hairline, his hairline is actually just little dots. They're dots until they get right up until about there, and then they turn into little lines. It's kind of indicating that Bobby has a very short haircut. Now, the thing about Bobby, as with most of the pre-adolescent males in the show, he's actually voiced by a female. Now, Bobby's eyes are very simple shapes. They're just two little curved lines. And you sort of hang his pupils from the lines. His eyebrows follow more or less the same curve. It is neutral pose, depending, again, what his expression is. Whether he's angry or happy or sad. Very simply shaped nose, just two little nostrils, and it dips down in the middle. We want to make sure that the inside of his eye lines up with the outside of his nostril. Darken up the shape of his eyes a little bit. Darken up his eyebrows. Unlike a lot of other animated shows, they actually have aged Bobby. When the show started, he was 12. He's about 13 now. Bobby's neutral mouth is also very simple. Just a downward curved shape, almost like his eyes, just a little bit bigger. And a small indication of a lower lip. Now for the pupils, same shape as Hank and Peggy, but Bobby doesn't have a lower eye line, so we just sort of hang his pupils off of the top one. Again, we sharpen up the lines that we want. We go through, erase the lines that we don't want. And we have a finished Bobby.